In this video, we're going to review the Spider Lake ATV Trail system in the Foothill State Forest of Minnesota. Coming up. Alright, so we are on our way to the Spider Lake ATV Trail system in the Foothill State Forest of Minnesota. It's a few hour drive, really looking forward to it. Heard a lot of good things about it, but have actually never been up on this trail system before, which is amazing, especially considering how popular of a trail system it is in the state of Minnesota. So we're gonna get up there, check it out, have a good time, and try and get you a good review of the trail. So after hours in the car, we finally arrive. Here we are at what we listed as the secondary trailhead. This trailhead is right off the highway, so it's very convenient. You can hit the trail from multiple directions, which makes it great. And it's also got some room, but not as much as the main trailhead. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the trail. We started by hitting the trail and going west. And if you notice that little sign we just passed, this trail is good for ATV Class 1, Class 2, and dirt bikes. Starting right off the trailhead, it's a nice narrow trail. The dirt's pretty well packed down. There's a little bit of water because it had been raining earlier in the week, so there was still some of that left over. Rather quickly, within about a half a mile or so, we came to a fork in the highway. You could either go left or right. So being we knew right brought us right back to the trailhead, we went ahead and took a left. We followed this part of the trail for somewhere between a quarter and probably closer to a half a mile. The trail was pretty much like this. It just followed along the highway, nothing too interesting. And then we came across a maintenance road, so we took that to the left. The maintenance road leads you towards the major part of the trail system. One thing you will notice as you watch the video of this maintenance road is there are multiple campgrounds along the way, which is great if you're looking to get out and spend a few days along the trail. So there's the main trail, and as you can see right next to it, there's people camping. Like I said, there's campgrounds all over this place. So we're gonna go ahead and turn in here towards the main trail and see what we can find. Right away, we get into some narrow trails. They're hard packed for the most part, and they're deep in the woods. This trail has many views that look like this. If you look to your left, you'll see a nice swamp. You'll see those on both sides of the trail as you continue to traverse this area. This area covers about 29 miles. So 29 miles doesn't sound like it may take too long. However, the way this is laid out, you can spend all day on these trails and not feel like you're covering the same spot over and over again. There's a lot of turns, there's a lot of hills, there's rocky areas, there's dirt areas. The terrain changes from time to time, so you never really get too bored of the area you're riding. Another cool thing about this trail is there are areas where the trail really narrows and the trees are overgrowing. So you do have to slow down and duck and dodge, kind of move out of the way of some of the trees. So if you like really huge wide open spaces where you can just tear down the road at 60 miles an hour, this probably isn't the trail for you. But if you like narrow trails in the woods that you have to be cautious of not hitting your head against a branch hanging down, this is a great trail system to try. Intersections like this are all over the place, so really the hardest choice of the day is trying to figure out which one you want to go down. You might want to be careful, however, because there are so many intersections and you can turn down so many different ways. It's very easy to get turned around on this trail system. So here we have the main trailhead. We designated this as the main trailhead because the parking lot's huge, there's a big map, there's an outhouse if you need it, and next to that big map, there is a spot, by the way, where they sometimes will have small maps that you can grab and take with you. After the main trailhead, we rode further along down the trail and we ran into this. This is the ATV Park Trailhead. And the reason it's called the ATV Park Trailhead is because guess what? There's an ATV park. This ATV park isn't huge, but it's a great spot to work on some skills and just have a blast. This ATV park provides great opportunity to just mess around, have a good time, work on some skills, whether it be hill climbs, turning while uphill, traversing down rocky hills, whatever the case may be. You definitely have some good opportunities to work on your riding. After hitting the ATV park, we decided it was time to get back on the trails, and now we wanted to pick up a little bit of speed. This trail system definitely has the opportunity to get some air if that's what you're looking to do. With the hills and the large bumps that they have created along the trail, there is no way that you can't pick up some speed and have a good time. Just remember, almost all of the trails in this trail system are two-way, so make sure to be cautious and look out for other people. So after hitting the trails, getting some speed, getting some air, we decided it was time to head back towards the trailhead we started at. On the way back, we did run into a deputy for the sheriff's department who was checking registration and just making sure people were following the laws. We talked to him for a good minute. He seemed like a really nice guy, and then we continued on down the trail. A few minutes later, we were back at our trailhead ready to pack up and head home. Overall, if you're looking for a trail system that's deep in the woods, traverses different types of terrain, and has many twists and turns and hills along the way, definitely we recommend you check this trail system out. Well, that's all we got for now. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those below. If you think this video is helpful, think about smashing that thumbs up for us. Otherwise, make sure to check out MidwestATVTrails.com for other trails and other trail reviews.